What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Scum the Brave, episode 24 in full series. So in this episode, Yashiro confronts Arthur about him controlling the world, which Arthur reveals was done to keep demon lords in check. So then, since Braves, if there's no demon lords around, they'd just be a bunch of murderers. And Arthur's glad that Coffin didn't get Jogamine, because that would have basically given Coffin some leverage over him and Half Dragon. And so, and he realized that Levi was sent to Yashiro to test his loyalty. Yeah, and basically, you know, Yashiro tries to punch Arthur for causing Ishino's death, but Arthur grabs his arm. Yashiro says, that Braves are scum, but Arthur doesn't have the right to say it. And then Arthur says, he agrees to betray Braves' heroes to give the Camus to himself, so that maybe one day there will be Braves that are actually heroes. So Yashiro returns to Ed's bar. So Coffin's working as a waitress there, with her powers having been surgically removed. And Yashiro falsely claimed that to put a bomb in her chest to keep her behaving well. So Iwamoto arrived with a young brave named Kazuma, who they had rescued. So Yashiro takes Kazuma as an apprentice, and Jogamine gets pissed off. So some thugs attack the bar. Yashiro beats them, concludes that Braves are scum, but it's not a bad job. So yeah, I thought it was a good epilogue episode. As far like this series goes, it's a good series. Now the novel series is done. The light novel and manga are still going on. So I don't know if this is the full story. But as far as the show's concerned, it's done. And it's brought to a proper conclusion. I thought it was a good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. If we get a season 2, I'll watch it. Demons of the Shadow Realm, episodes 13 and 14. So in these episodes, Ivan fights through the village and comes across the fake Asa and subdues her with his Daemon katanas, Shokyo and Daikyo. And he basically threatens the fake Asa's master and would convince fake Asa to come with him and follow his orders. So he takes the fake Asa and the young village girl hostage. And so then Donji, who's Yoru's friend, is sent by his mother to hide with Yoru. And so Donji comes across Oshiro-sama, who offers to help him find Yoru. And then Hannah learns that a shaman and his demons murdered, and a message was carved into the shaman's body, demanding for Yoru to negotiate the release of fake Asa and the village girl. So Hana buries the shaman, but she's concerned about whether or not, like, whether or not she should tell Yoru and Dara about it. Um, yeah, but she does tell Dara about it. She doesn't tell Yoru. She does tell Dara. But Dara says, well, he doesn't think that whoever put the message has Yoru's parents, but it's likely that whoever it is knows what it is, which we know is likely Ivan. So Yoru and Ken are going around. Yoru wants to fish, but fishing's not allowed, so Ken is basically has to keep Yoru from breaking laws because Yoru doesn't understand what's allowed when it comes to like how he can't just kill whoever, can't just hunt whatever. So then when Donji arrives, um, so Yoru notices that Donji's a Daemon, and it's revealed that Donji and the fake Asa are part of a pair. They're they're like this like a type of like Daemon pair that um the Dashiki, I think it's Sasuke Warashi. Like that's the type they are. So yeah. So then now he reveals that he explains to Yoru everything, and that's so basically then and there's like this dog that Yoru can come across before Donji arrives. There's a dog that has these demons as its familiars, and the demons look like the all whites, like aliens. Apparently, they get called aliens a lot, and their names can't be pronounced by humans. But since the dog can't speak human language, they don't have regular names. So that bit's very funny, and you see how those demons react to seeing big names like left and right, you know. And then Norishima, like I thought that was funny. So yeah, I thought it was a good. These were good episodes, Interesting you know, how things go, Looking forward to the next episode. Mao episodes 13, 14. So in these episodes, so Nausicaa comes across the Byoki, sitting on her grandfather's lap, and time's frozen, so Sumi's frozen. Byoki tells Nausicaa that he'll help her when needed, and that he'll help Mao when Mao wants to learn the truth about what all happened. So Nausicaa later makes a scarf as a Christmas present for Mao. Mao gives her a spell books, like a book of spells, and then so Kamon arrives. So Mao, Hyaka, and Kamon are trying to investigate a lady named Yuriko, who seems to be manipulating nobles, like take control of their houses, whatever. So then when Kamon and Mao go to a party, and some I guess noble men or whatever, then Nausicaa and Odia had to impersonate servants. So Mao see Yuriko chase her. It's revealed that she is Lady Sana. That earlier in episode 14, Captain Shirashu defeats these soldiers, trying to do a coup. Yuriko confronts him, calls him Akemi. It's revealed he's one of the other apprentices. Since Sana is working with Shiranui, who's one of the other apprentices. So then, we see there's a lot of stuff going on with these characters. So, yeah. So there's a lot of questions. There's like, what's going on? Or so like, you know, like what Lady Sana's roles are. Did she die? Did like, and she did. Who killed her? So a lot of questions like with what's going on. And so, yeah, Lasso's picking up. So yeah, these were good episodes. Looking forward to the next one. Song of Samurai, episode 8 in full series. So in this episode, so Soji is fighting Kamo, and like basically it's getting beat pretty bad. There's like flashbacks to like his past of you know, he was like basically like a very violent personality, but Kondo took him in to help restrain it. Kondo and Kondo tries to fight Kamo but loses, and Ichikawa sees to fight Okida, so he's able to recover. He's able to defeat and kill Serizawa Kamo. Kamo is satisfied at at having a good fight. So then, Kondo takes over the Senshin Gumi, like soul control. Kamo's not, or it's not in control. Ichikawa basically is like a drinking problem. Like, cause like, obviously there's not a lot of big time swordsmen out there. Then when the Josu are causing problems again, Ichikawa comes across Shinsaku Takasugi, who was like who in history, who contributed to Meiji Restoration, but it died, so was not able to see like a lot of stuff that happened, but like they set up like the whole conflict involving with the Meiji Restoration. So yeah, I thought this was a good episode, good way to end the series. If they make a season 2, obviously they would set it up. So yeah, I thought this was a, as far as the show goes, I thought it was a pretty good show. Like I thought it was pretty good. Like I think like it's a samurai show. It's nice we had like 2 really good shows about like the whole like Shitsungumi, like their early days. It's kind of interesting. We had 2 good shows about that, and this year, but yeah, that was a good episode, good show. Hopefully, we get a season 2. Black Porch, episodes 1 and 2. So in these episodes, so the main character, Jiro Asuma, he has this ability to talk to animals. And he gets into fights He tries to protect like stray animals. So a crow tells Jiro about a stray cat that's abandoned. Jiro helps nurse the cat back to health. Cat's name is Rago. Rago's a really Mononoke. It's like a evil spirit. Um, Now Rago's attacked by these other Mononoke, and Jiro tries to protect Rago, but killed. Will give him a mortal wound. So Rago fuses his life force with Jiro, revives Jiro, and gives him powers that allows him to defeat the Mononoke. But then Jiro's captured by by these agents, and yeah, he's captured by his agents that were after the Mononoke. So then when he wakes up in the hospital, Jiro learns that he's in the custody of the Bureau of Espionage. So Ryosuke Shiba um, is like the leader of the group that had captured him. Then you have the other agent that's watching over him, Ichika. So basically, the Bureau of Espionage is ninjas. They're modern day ninjas. And then Jiro, he's under guard. He escapes, goes back to his grandfather, because he's a visually mission person. He wants to make sure his grandfather knows he's okay. Then his grandfather reveals that he was a former member of the Bureau of Espionage, and he says he's going to take responsibility and kill Jiro. So he fights him. Jiro tries to hold him up. Jiro says he's going to protect. He's going to fix his own mess, deal with the situation. And his grandfather agrees to let him. And he says, then his grandfather has to call Shiba, who says that, Jiro is got to be one of them. And that him escaping is kind of relief because it means he is able to basically be a ninja. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I thought these were good episodes. Good start to the series. I'm interested. Um, I think it's a good show. Looking forward to the next set of episodes. On next episode, recommendations from Mr. Iwamoto, episodes 1 and 2. So in these episodes, so it's a new show. It started. A middle school student named Kodo Iwamoto was to a village to investigate something called Black Snow. And basically, so like at the middle school, Seo Middle School, it's a military school. Its purpose is to research and weaponize supernatural stuff. So, Iwamoto comes across Shizuma Mionuma, and basically Aonuma has some reality bending powers. Now, he believed it was an illness. Yeah. So, and basically, so the village that was exploiting Shizuma's abilities, which can cause flowers to bloom in winter. And so the black snow is actually a manifestation of his power. So, Iwamoto recommends for Shizuma to join the military academy. And so then with that, so then Iwamoto investigates some. So they're going to dead girl trapped in a tree. So yeah, but basically there's like some there was like so they were going like so like it's like her spear was like trapped in a tree or something. And yeah, so you have so there's a character named Kai Haramachi, you know, who's also yes Suzuma still getting used to everything. And Haramachi's good with like investigation and stuff. So they're gradually introducing more characters. Yeah, so and like so Iwamoto removes the bond severing sickles that are trapping her to the tree. So he helps her soul go to rest. She basically her soul's put to rest. And then there's something we're going to do that looks like it's gonna be involved with next week's investigation. So we'll see how that all goes. Yeah, I thought these were good episodes. The premise is interesting. Military school for supernatural stuff. Honestly, sounds freaking cool. So I'm interested to see like, well, it's all gonna happen. But yeah, so I thought these were good episodes. Looking forward to the next one. Ancient Gem Reactivated, episodes 1 through 6. So this is a show that started on Netflix. It does like 2 episodes a week. One on Friday, one Saturday. Finally caught up. Do it today. So yeah, and it's releasing weekly on Netflix. You know, something that Netflix should be doing more of. Just saying. So yeah, so the main character is Kim Do Hyun. He's like a manager at a bank, and so like he has a strange relationship with his daughter Minji, who's a well high schooler. So a lot happens with parents and kids at that age. And, um, Kim's wife is dead. Basically died giving birth to Minji. So Minji's bullied at school by girl named Ju, Hyuri, and like her like bossy whatever. And basically and like they both are into um this one boy at the school. And so when the boy loans Minji a jacket when hers was throwing trash, Hyuri gets jealous and she and her group attacks MG. Then Minji fights back and beats the living crap out of Hyuri. And so Hyuri's father is Ju King Chan. He's the chairman of Ju Hawk Construction. He also has some shady connections. And so basically I'm like Kim apologizes for Minji and offers to get her transferred in order to have things go peacefully. And Minji's pissed, saying that it was embarrassing for Kim to apologize, and she was the one getting bullied. So now Minji receives a text from the guy, well seemingly it's from his phone, but ends up being taken by Hyuri and some other delinquents. It's like this area. Hairi wants to fight Minji again. Minji's reluctant, but eventually she gives in and starts fighting. She basically knocks Hairi down, and she's punched by like this one thug who was hanging around Hairi. And Hairi grabs a brick and slams it to Minji's head. Minji falls backwards, and her head hits the brick stairs. So she's bleeding from the back of her head. So everyone that was filming the fight thinks she's dead, and they all leave. Hairi's gotta call like they make a call to like this one guy who it's like who offers to dispose of Minji's body, and Kim, when Minji doesn't return, Kim starts looking for her, and he gets help from like his friends Song Hansu, who like former agent that runs a taekwondo like dojo, and Park Jin Chul, who's like a marine, who like is another friend of Kim. So like so basically well, Kim asks the guy where, and the guy says his phone was taken by some thugs, and that's how um, Minji was basically taken. And Kim finds him. Hairi's like little bracelet or whatever, and learns that, and is told that Minji's likely dead. So he beats the crap out of that one thug. Learns like who has her body with her. So he goes on a rampage trying to find Minji. And then now Jinchil got a bar fight video of the bar fight caused Kim to be found by the North Korean agency. So yeah, so Arcane Sion is sent to South Korea to find them, like to kill Kim. Then the SMB gets involved, trying to find him. And basically one of Kim's co-workers and his neighbor were agents, so they all try to find Kim. Well, Hanyo is out then. Basically, his allies try to help him. Eventually, Minji's revealed to be alive. She was kept in a freezer, but like she eventually escapes. Kim kills like a bunch of people. At the end of episode 6, like so. Like Hansu finds Minji, and they're cornered by the SMB. Then Jinchiel helps brings weapons to help out. There's like a funny conversation between Jinchiel and his wife for them. That's pretty funny. And then arrives. So then sets up the rest of this season. Yeah, I thought these were good episodes. Like it's interesting how it all started over a school squabble, basically of boy. Essentially what it is. Like even when agents finds it funny, that's how this all started. And you see flashbacks to Kim's life as agent, like when he was trained in South Korea, then when he basically defected to the South, and like his life, early life in retirement, raising Minji. There's a bit where she went to a park to play hide and seek. Now, Kim didn't know as her go there, so he was trying to find her. Then she accidentally got trapped in a room she was hiding in, but someone helps her get back when she explains walls around her and Kim's apartment. But yeah, that was good. This is based off of a webtoon called Manager Kim. Apparently, that's a good webtoon. I haven't read it yet, but I'm interested in reading it. Like, I'm interested. Like, it probably could be a good one. But yeah, I thought these were good episodes. Looking forward to the next one.
And that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.